is a very fine line between helping and rescuing. And as practitioners, we actually cross this line a little more often than what we think we do. And on the surface, they can actually look very similar because both come from a place of care, both come from a desire to be supportive and nurturing with our clients. But rescuing carries just a little bit of something extra. It's the moment when we take responsibility for someone else's process, when we feel the urge to pull them out of their discomfort instead of letting them stay in their discomfort long enough to find their own way through. And it often happens without us realizing it. A client will start to struggle and we feel that familiar knot in the stomach. Maybe it's discomfort with their pain. Maybe it's fear that we're not doing enough. Maybe it's a belief that a good practitioner is one who leaves people feeling better, by the end of every session. Heaven forbid a client should walk out, still in the space of discomfort or dis-ease. And before we know it, we've stepped in, we've softened the edge, we've offered the quick solution, or we've redirected them away from something raw or uncomfortable and real. But here's the truth. In many cases, that moment of struggle, of breakdown, of not knowing is exactly where the work is happening. When we rescue someone from that space, we are not helping them. We are not helping them at all. All we are doing is interrupting their process. And this is where Carl Rogers' work is actually really helpful. In his core conditions for transformative work, empathy is one of the essential conditions. Not sympathy, not, niceness, not feeling bad for someone, but true, genuine empathy. True empathy means entering into the client's world as they experience it without losing the sense that it's their world, not yours. So it's not about fixing it either. It's purely about understanding your client's experience. When we practice real empathy, we can sit with anyone in their pain without needing to take it away from them. We can be fully present without making their experience about our need to feel effective or useful. It's the ability to say, I'm with you in this, rather than we take this from you. Let's ease that pain and suffering. And that difference changes everything in your sessions. In the core competencies course that I've put together recently, I talk about empathy not as an emotion, but as a skill, something that you can develop and refine over time. It's the skill of listening so deeply that the other person feels seen and understood without you stepping in to direct and fix and rescue. It's trusting that their process, even when it looks messy or terrifying or painful or uncertain or frightening, it has value. When we confuse empathy with rescuing, we very often end up overstepping. We may give advice way too soon. We may give advice we're not supposed to give at all. We try to reframe their perspective before they've even had time to just sit with it, or we rush to find the silver lining because we just can't bear the heaviness in the room. But empathy asks us to hold steady, to stay stable, to be grounded, to be the grounded presence that allows someone to face what they're facing without rushing past it, without bypassing it, without, avoiding it, pretending like it's not there. And the irony is, rescuing often comes from a place of genuine care, but it also comes from our own discomfort. It's uncomfortable to watch someone we care about's in pain. It's horrible. It feels awful. It really does. Like, let's be real about it. It's uncomfortable to not have the solution. It doesn't feel good. And it's deeply uncomfortable to witness a process we have no control over. But transformative work is not about comfort. In fact, transformative work is going to be anything but comfortable. It's about creating the conditions where healing can happen. And those conditions often require us to let people fall apart, knowing that falling apart is part of becoming whole. All right. True empathy, as Rogers taught it, holds space without interference. It creates a container where someone can explore their own experience without fear of judgment, or fear of being interrupted or misinterpreted, or told what their experience should be. And when we pair that with congruence and any of the other core conditions, we offer them both honesty and safety, and that's where real transformation becomes possible. So when you feel that urge to rescue or fix, or take away the uncomfortableness, pause, stop, ask yourself, am I stepping in because this is truly what's needed, because sometimes it is, or because I'm uncomfortable, or because I want to fix, or I want to take it away? More often than not, you'll find that the most powerful thing you can offer is your steady, empathetic presence. Not the solution, not the shortcuts, not the quick fix, not the rescue, not the remedy. This is one of the key skills we work on in the core competencies for healing practitioners course, because it's not just and I said it, we all talk about empathy in our line of work as practitioners, but it's more than just this buzzword. It's a foundational skill, because without real empathy, the work can't go as deep as it should. And without the ability to hold space without rescuing, we risk creating dependence rather than empowerment. That's a very big difference.